Of course, we've done value add in the past. The very first deal that we bought it for 12.55 million. We spent around, I think, $800,000 to do value out on it, and we ended up exiting that deal. We bought it for 12.55 and sold for $17.8 million. We projected 18% annualized return to our investors. We actually delivered 29.97%. That's a typical value add deal.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Fuel Podcast. I am your host today, Skyler Byrd, and today I am joined by Tenny Tolofari. I'm very excited to speak with Tenny. He is from the private equity world. Okay. His company is Excite Capital Investment. And he is going to be talking about a way to invest in real estate when you don't necessarily have the time. So, Tenny, thank you very much for hopping on the call.
Thank you so much, Skyler, for having me. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the conversation.
Absolutely. And Tenny, just before we get into what you're doing currently, can you share a little bit about your background? Because you come from an interesting place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd definitely love to share about who I am. To cut a long story short, I came into the United States to go to grad school, study for my master's degree. I have a background in engineering. I studied electrical and electronics engineering in Nigeria, and then I came to the United States to pursue higher education. Graduated from grad school, got a job, started working with the likes of Deloitte and Boeing. Worked there for over a decade, and was a cybersecurity professional, global cybersecurity professional for over a decade. And then of 2024, I went full time in this private equity firm that I created with two of my partners, Dr. Julius Oni and Leslie Awasam. We've co-founded Excite Capital in 2019. And interestingly, we've been building the company since 2019. And now we have about $243 million worth of assets with our investors. And we've distributed about $8 million to investors as well. So I'm looking forward to, sharing with you all some of the things I've learned, some of the lessons that have made me who I am today. And hopefully some of you can see that there's a lot of possibilities out there and how you can take advantage of that as well.
Absolutely. And how did you go from being a cybersecurity professional to being involved in real estate?
That's a really good question. So I came in, went to school, graduated, got hired right before I graduated from grad school, got hired, and I started working. Once you start working and you start earning a certain amount of income, a lot of people talk about the American dream. And I got to understand that the American dream is to actually own a house. So I bought my very first property. My wife at the time was pregnant, and she's like, "Man, I'm not going to bring my first daughter in an apartment, so we have to go get our house." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we went and we bought our very first house, and that was the American dream achieved. But as you start growing in the ranks of your career, you start thinking about, okay, what's next? What's next? Of course, I have the other investment instrument like the 401k, the index funds, the index life insurance policy.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I have a lot of these different instruments. I have savings account. But in your mind is like everybody keep talking about real estate. If you want to invest, real estate. And all I could think about at that point was, maybe I should go buy, since I have my property now, maybe I should go buy me a single family home out there and put somebody in it so that they can rent it and I'll build wealth that way. But one thing that me and my partners quickly realized was this. The folks that have actually built significant amount of wealth, some of them have done it using single family homes, but the ones that have done it in a significantly big way have done it using commercial real estate. And when I say commercial real estate, I'm talking about large multifamily properties, 5-unit plus multifamily real estate. I'm talking about hotels, malls, trailer, mobile home parks. All of these are considered commercial real estate, but we decided to focus on one. And the one we focused on was multifamily real estate. And there's a whole lot of advantages that comes with it. And we looked at it, we saw that there's an opportunity for we to go in there and acquire it. But we had one big problem. The big problem we had was once you go commercial, the amount of money that you need to acquire the deal as a down payment increases significantly it goes from maybe 25% all the way to 40%. And imagine if you're buying a $1 million property, you need to bring in between $250,000 to $400,000. So that is the challenges that we faced. And we now observe and started learning from a lot of people out there how they did it. And what we observe is a group of professionals, busy professionals or doctors or IT professionals, they come together, they put resources together to go acquire these assets. So we were like, well, if our goal was to invest passively, create generational wealth, and reduce our tax burden, and we have a lot of busy professionals that don't want to deal with the headache that comes with real estate, but they want the benefit that comes with real estate. What if we can help them get in real estate? They get to get cash flow, appreciation, tax benefits without lifting a finger. Would that be appealing? And we did a sample in our professional community, and we saw that, man, a lot of people are looking for what we got. And that's how we, built this company. And now we have $243 million worth of deals we've done. We've raised over $80 million from our investors, and we've distributed over $8 million to investors passively. So the company is continuing to grow. We have big ambition. And Skyler, to your question, that's exactly why I got into multifamily real estate.
Exactly. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. And as we were talking about earlier, right? I think what stops the majority of people from getting into real estate, it's either time or fear or both, right? You can't put in the time to learn what you need to learn. So this is a great way, right? Like you said, for busy professionals that want this, to get into real estate for all the advantages that it has, without needing the time to put in to study the deals and be a landlord and go through all of that, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And one of the things we observe is like a lot of these guys, they love the work. They've spent so many years working, and they want to continue to do because they went into that profession because they loved it. They want to continue to do that. And a lot of times when they say they want to invest in real estate, when they start dealing with tenant termite toilet, they start dealing with a lot of the issues that come with real estate. It becomes another job. And because of that, they hate it and they just decide not to do it at all. They have the job, they have families, they have kids, they have their hobbies, they have things they're interested in. Even though they want to build wealth in real estate, a lot of these busy professionals don't want to spend that additional time to go learn about it and manage it and do all of that stuff, right? So what we've decided to do is to actually give investors all of the benefits. I'm talking about the tax saving strategy that comes with it. I'm talking about the cash flow that comes with it. I'm talking about the appreciation that comes with it. I'm talking about the peace of mind of not.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Worrying about what's going on with the asset at every point in time. I'm talking about not putting your credit score on the line. I'm talking about not worrying about who is the property management company or who is the tenant or vetting the tenant. All of that, you get to, sit back and let us do that work. And of course, for we doing all of that work, we get paid. But usually these deals have enough money coming into these deals to take care of all the expenses that come with the asset. And you used to get a lot of returns.
No, that's a very excellent point there. And let me ask you, what type of properties? I know it's multifamily that you're focusing on, but what do those look like to you? Do you want to, at this point in the in the market now, are you trying to find properties that you need to put a lot of work into and then value add? Do you want something that's a little bit more put together? What does that look like on your side?
Yes. So we're trying to get assets that are a little bit more put together. In today's world, cost of materials is pretty expensive. If you're going to do value add, that means you're going to spend a lot of money doing a lot of renovation. So what we're trying to do is in multifamily real estate, you have class A all the way to class D types of assets. We try to focus on class A and class B assets right now, where we don't have to come in and spend a lot of money trying to do renovation, and try to figure out how to do a lot of value add. Like a lot of people come in and do a complete repositioning, meaning they spend $30,000, $50,000 to renovate a unit. We don't do all of that. Right now, if we buy a deal, our goal is we find a deal. Now, it takes us more time to find this particular deal, but when we find a deal, all we have to do now is to optimize operation, reduce expenses, and do what we call a very light value add, where we come in and maybe just put in, smart thermostat, keyless entry, just call light value add, where you don't have to spend a significant amount of money, and you're still able to achieve a significant growth in terms of returns for your investors.
There you go. I like that. So, and I'm assuming if the environment changes, this is something where, hey, if materials, become a little bit better priced, things like that, you can look to do a little bit more on the value add side, correct? As business actually changes.
Of course, and we've done value add in the past.
Hmm.
The very first deal that we bought it for 12.55 million. We
Hmm.
spent around, I think, $800,000 to do value out on it, and we ended up exiting that deal. We bought it for 12.55 and sold for $17.8 million. We projected 18% annualized return to our investors. We actually delivered 29.97%. That's a typical value add deal. But now, since then, we've been buying a lot more Class A and Class B assets rather than value add deal, because we've seen that you're still able to get those returns that you're projecting to your investors without having to do a lot of that work upfront where you have to spend a lot of money.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And in what part of the country are you focused on right now?
So we buy deals in the Southeast currently. So currently we have deals in several states. We have deals in DC, in Baltimore, in Columbia, South Carolina, in Georgia. We have 3 deals in Georgia. We have a deal in Indiana. But currently where we're focusing on is North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. We're beginning to eye Tennessee a little bit. And the reason why we're buying these markets is basic economics, which is
Yep.
demand and supply, right?
Yep.
You want to buy properties in location where people are moving to. And now people are moving to this area. Why? A lot of them want more space. A lot of people are moving from west, all the way to the southeast because they want more affordability. Some of them want jobs are moving to this area. The schools are good. Crime is low. So a lot of these are things that are making us go to this market, and we make sure we monitor the trend when it comes to population growth before we go into a market to acquire these assets.
Absolutely. Okay. And any plans on in the future of expanding to other markets, or do you see yourself primarily sticking to the Southeast right now?
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely going to move sometime in the future. Again, like I said, it's demand and supply. where people are moving to is where we want to be. If we see that in the next couple of years, other places like in the Midwest right now, there are some places, Columbus, Ohio. I was just looking at that data yesterday. You're seeing a significant amount of growth as well. Some other places in the Midwest are seeing growth.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
In population, and those are driven by jobs going into those areas. Texas is seeing a significant amount of growth. Tennessee is seeing a significant amount of growth. Florida is seeing a significant amount of growth. Vegas, Nevada is seeing a significant amount of growth. Dallas, Texas is seeing a significant amount of growth. So these are markets that are growing, but we cannot be in all of those markets at once. So what we're looking to do is to have market dominance in certain areas, and then as we continue to grow, we can potentially expand to other markets as well. But we're observing all the markets.
Okay. Absolutely. So make sure you know the market that you're in first, and then kind of expand as you see fit. And I think that's a smart way to go about it instead of just going and chasing deals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So you're looking for class A and class B assets. How long, how long is your process from the time that you identify a property to the time that you move in and try to buy it? What does that look like?
So when we want to buy a deal, we go through a lot of we call it the sniff test. So we have it's like a funnel. We have a bunch of deals coming into that funnel, and we have to go through the filtration process where we say, okay, does this meet the location? Does it meet the market criteria? Does it meet our assets deal criteria? Does it have good school population, crime, low crime, median household income growth? All of these check. If it is check, and then we go to the next phase of our evaluation, where we now bring in and review the finances of the assets, because we have to look at the income and expense statement. Income meaning the last 12 months of income, and expense for the last 12 months. We also look at all the tenants that have been on the property that have signed a lease for the last 12 months to do an audit. When we see that all of this makes sense and we put it in our model, and we see that when we do all of this, the property have enough cash flow to produce returns for our investors, we do not buy a deal that does not cash flow day one. So we buy a deal that when we do all of this analysis and we acquire it at a particular price, the asset have enough revenue to service debt, take care of expenses, and still produces cash flow to our investors. When we see that, now we can now submit an offer on the deal. And before we submit an offer, we also look at it and say, okay, are we able to actually continue to increase the income on the asset? Because multifamily properties are valued based on the income the property is producing. What we, the operators, have control over is the income. Are we able to increase the income by doing more renovation, by adding more amenities, tech package, reserve parking, valet trash? All of this little income increases the value of the asset. So our job when we buy these assets is, can we identify opportunity for we to increase the income while we keep expense flat or reduce the expense? If we see that, then we go in and we buy the deal, and then we execute our business plan of actually doing something to increase the income. And that income is called the net operating income on the asset.
Okay. And how long are you typically holding the assets?
So our hold time is 5 years, 5 to 7 years. But we've been able to exit the deal in 21 months, meaning we were able to get invest with investors, implement our business plan, and exit in 21 months. That's our track record. But we typically tell investors that we're going to hold the deal for 5 years because we need enough time. This is not get rich quick, any kind of thing. You have to go in and you have to actually do the work and then gradually increase the rent on the asset to actually achieve the returns that we're projecting for our investors. So we typically say 5 to 7 years for we to execute on our business plan and then exit the deal. And in addition to the returns the investors get, they also get tax benefits. They just passed the big, beautiful bill where they brought back 100% bonus depreciation. I always tell people this: real estate has been designed by the system for us to take advantage of it to reduce our tax burden. Now, how you use it is all dependent on you. Well, one thing we as the operator would do, we have to make sure we give you those depreciation or those tax savings benefits. Even if it's $1 that you use to reduce the tax burden, that $1 is what you can spend toward or send or direct towards your kids' education, towards retirement, towards more grocery, towards your vacation, towards charity, towards anything that you want to do for yourself and your family. So we always encourage people that if you want to actually reduce your tax burden by investing, do that, because real estate have a significant tax saving strategy that you can use to reduce your tax burden significantly, in addition to
Absolutely.
increasing your wealth growing capacity.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of advantages. So important thing is you get the advantages of owning real estate without having to put the time and effort in with you and your private equity firm, correct?
Absolutely. It's 100% passive to the investors, 100% passive. The only active part that we have them do is, one, make sure you update your bank account information so that you get your distribution. Two, make sure you review the newsletter that we send about the performance of the asset every month. Three, make sure you join the quarterly call with all the investors. And four, make sure you look out for your quarterly distribution and your K1 at the end of the year so that you can file your taxes.
There you go. I like it. And you're still actively taking on investors at this point, correct?
100%.
All right. So if we do have some accredited investors that are listening to this podcast and they would like to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
Please. And then Skyler mentioned accredited investor. What does that mean? It means that you have to earn, if you're single, at least $200,000 a year, and you'd have been making that for the last 2 years. Or if you're married, you need to be earning at least $300,000 a year, and you'd have been earning that for the last 2 years. Or have a net worth of $1 million, excluding your primary residence. If you qualify as an accredited investor, you can reach out to me. Just Google my name, Tenny Tolofari. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on all social media platforms. You can send me a direct DM, or you can go to excitecapital.com, meaning XSITE capital.com. You'll be able to get in touch with us that way.
Excellent. All right. Well, Tenny, thank you very much for hopping on the podcast here. I know I learned a lot, and for all of our listeners out there, if you got something of value from this interview here, please hit that subscribe button. We have got more interviews just like this coming down the pipe all the time, and we will see you all on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.